Candace. It's so good to see you.
You
Welcome back
too.
to Us Weekly in person.
Thank you. I know. It's so fun to be here in person.
It's been a minute. Congratulations. 2 new holiday films. I watched them both and I absolutely love them.
Oh,
They're
thank
so
you.
wonderful.
Thank
What
you.
was it about these movies that made you want to immediately say yes, bring these out to the public and bring them out with Great American?
Yeah, on Great American Family. It's, you know, you're trying to find a new script.
Right.
I read so many Christmas
Sure,
scripts
yeah.
all year long. So you're trying to find the ones that you feel are a little set apart. You're imagining which co-star would be great in this film. When I read A Christmas Less Traveled, which was written by 2 wonderful women, Macy McLean and Taylor Kalupa, and they are just these beautiful up-and-coming writers.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a fabulous script. It's really good. It was so rich. And so we know what the Christmas movie storyline is generally going to be.
the formula.
So you try to find something that has either a little more meaning or something different within the storyline that might surprise the audience. And I felt like there was so much, for a Christmas movie, there was so much depth to it because my character takes that journey with her father that passed into I was imagining to hear my own dad's voice. I'm happy my dad's alive, but if you hear your parents' voice that has passed and they're talking directly to you and want to tell you things, like, it's so emotional and meaningful. And so I fell in love with that story. And then the movie Home Sweet Christmas with Cameron, that was actually hard to find, like, the right script for us to do. And what I loved about this one is that we play childhood friends, and we were like best friends when we were kids. That get separated, years go by, and then they come back together because my great uncle has passed and left both of us his maple sugar farm, which is so Christmas. But it felt like it just felt fresh in that they've been friends forever and get reunited and then develop their friendship all over again and remember what they really loved about each other. And so that was a new take on the meet cute instead of like, oh, I hate you, I don't like you, I'm big city girl, you're small town farm boy.
Exactly.
It's always the same that way. And so this felt good that it was like, oh my gosh, we know each other. It's just been forever.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I think, and I was telling you before, I spoke to Cameron over the summer, and he was like, just been dying to work with you for so long in this capacity, and I know that you were just waiting for the right moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this was it, and we're so happy that he is over at Great American Family Channel. So now it's like, oh, all right, we've got him.
Yes, we got him. We hooked him
We got him. Now we can do movies together.
Yeah.
That's always kind of the battle. It's like, who's working on what network? And so it's a little bit of putting puzzle pieces together. It's a little bit of Tetris.
Sure, yeah. And like you said, you're constantly going through scripts because now I feel like there's so many different networks getting into the Christmas scene. And you've been there since day one, our Queen of Christmas. But like you said, is it hard finding those scripts that are going to set these movies apart?
Yeah. Yes, it's challenging because I've read hundreds of Christmas scripts and was looking the other day, and I think this was like my 15th or 16th Christmas movie. And so, you always want to find something that's fresh, and I can usually tell within the first 15 to 20 pages whether it's I'm going to enjoy it or not, or like, been there, done that. Let's move on. Next script.
No, what I love also about A Christmas Less Traveled is, like you said, you're kind of hearing this voice of somebody that's passed. And while Christmas is so about love and magic, it's also a hard time for people that are going through grief. And I think that this is such a beautiful way to kind of make that connection during the holidays, too.
Yeah, it really is. It was important, and we got so much viewer feedback that really resonated with them and made it feel special. And some people were like, I don't even know if I can watch this because if they've recently lost a parent. But a lot of people were appreciative of it. And then there's this wonderful message of forgiveness that runs through the whole movie. And I had a few ladies write me and say, thank you for that message. I needed that reminder that I need to forgive myself for some things I've been carrying for a long time. Yeah. And it's when you get messages like that, you're like, that's why
we do it.
Yeah, that's why we keep making Christmas movies.
And as somebody that has grown up in this area, I loved hearing Delilah. And
I know,
that was so
right?
fun. Yes.
That was so fun. I love Delilah too. And when I was reading the script, I'm like, Delilah, that's so fun. I'm like, can we get the real Delilah? Do we think? And I called Delilah, and she was like, I love your movies.
Yeah.
We love everything you're doing at Great American Family Channel. And she was like, I'm in.
I love that. That's so great. You know, when it comes to Great American Family, what are those stories that you are so passionate about telling? Because, you know, obviously a lot of people love the fact that you went over there, but what is it about this that makes you tell the stories that you want to tell?
Yeah, I love that we are bringing stories of faith.
Yeah.
I mean, we have ones that aren't about faith and more in the traditional like rom-com space, but people, our viewers really want messages that are more meaningful, and they love that we say Jesus because, you know, a lot of people celebrate Christmas, but we know the reason we celebrate Christmas is because of the birth of Christ. And yet so many of our movies, and I've made tons of them, that don't ever mention the real meaning of Christmas. So just the fact that we mention God, or there's a scripture that said, or there's like a biblical message that might be a proverb. Someone might hear it and go, oh, that's like really good advice. They might not realize it comes from the Bible, but like we love putting that in the movies at Great American Family, and our audience really, really loves it.
Is it surprising still that sometimes you do have to defend your decision to leave? Because I know that you did it a few months ago, but is it surprising even all these years later that people are still asking you questions about it?
Well, I also think because Hallmark has been so loved for so many years, and I loved working there. So it's like, you know, how can you leave? And it's just like, well, you know, things grow and things change, and there are new chapters. And I love that I'm getting to build a new network and one that truly carries a message that's more meaningful for me personally.
You got to follow your heart and you got to do what's best for you. Do you ever miss Aurora or any of those characters?
I do. I do miss Aurora, except I have the Ainsley McGregor mysteries, and so I'm loving them so much. We have a brand new one coming out early next year, and then at the top of the year I'll be making the next one. So it's going great, and yeah, I'm excited. And the crazy thing is, even with Aurora, many of the same crew and people that I've worked with, they're still all working on the new ones. So maybe some new faces on camera, but behind the scenes, like this is still my family. I
love that so much. Speaking of family, how have traditions changed and shifted for you over the years now that the kids are a little older? How have they changed?
I think we still do a lot of the same ones. We're so blessed and lucky that our kids live close, except for Natasha now, but she's coming home for the holidays, and we're still a really close family and do all of our same traditions, and I don't know, I'm thinking about Christmas morning now that my son Lev is married. I'm like, well, I don't think he's going to wake up with us, you know, at the house. But maybe early morning we're going to do our sunrise hike and then probably, you know, go back to the house and gifts and those kinds of things.
Is this going to be the first Christmas where he's not waking up Christmas morning?
Yes, I just realized that. Yeah, I'm like, okay, we'll be meeting for our hike.
What's it like being a mother-in-law for the past few months?
So good. It's great. We just love and adore Elliot, his wife, and they live so close to us, so nice. We see them pretty much every day.
It's great. That's great. That is great. Are you somebody that's pushing for grandbabies, or it's
well, I mean, I can't wait until I have them, but I'm definitely not pushing them. They've been married less than a year,
and they're young,
and whatever their timing is great with us.
What kind of grandma do you think you're going to be? Have you thought about this? What they're going to call you? All this stuff.
So listen, I'm defending my grandma name. Nobody likes it except me, and I wanted to be Candy Graham. I just thought it was cute. My son doesn't think so, so I think he's like, "You're just sticking with Grandma Candace." I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Candy Graham, that's so fun though.
Grammy, something like that. I
can totally get behind that. I think that's awesome. That is so great.
I hope I'm a fun grandma.
I'm sure you will
I hope I will be.
I'm sure you will be.
We'll see.
Do you have any like traditions where you like watch certain things around Christmas time? Do you ever go and watch your own Christmas movies with the family, or
no? Oh gosh, no. We do. My husband and I, Val and I, watched Elf the other night. Nice. We love Elf. I laugh so hard. Every time I watch that movie, it gets funnier and funnier. So that's my favorite one. Watch it multiple times a year. And then Yeah, we're always watching movies, but this year, I think that's the only Christmas movie so far that we've watched, aside from all of the Great American Family Christmas movies. Yes. Because I do watch those.
Are you still like full Christmas mode when it comes to Christmas, since you're like in Christmas spirit all year long?
So it's different every year, and this year I'm in full-blown Christmas. It got a little cold where we live pretty early on, so I was like, my house, we already decorated it, and we're not even at Thanksgiving yet, so I'm ready for Christmas.
Are you already thinking about next year's Christmas programming too?
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's already in the works.
It's in the works. So we will, because even A Christmas Less Traveled, we shot that very early in the year, so all of that snow is real.
Oh, wow.
So we you know, not all Christmas movies have fake snow. So I'm looking at that so that at the top of this year we can shoot that Christmas movie in winter, and then it always looks so much better.
Yes. Is this maybe a start of more movies with Cameron going forward?
You're very perceptive. Yes. The answer is yes. So we'll see how our viewers like this movie, Home Sweet Christmas, and we may do another one together for next year.
A continuation, and you have this amazing fan experience going on as well. So tell me all about that.
So the Great American Family Christmas Festival, it's at the park at UBS Arena, which is in Long Island. So if you're like visiting New York City during Christmas time, come visit us. It's open Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. It's opening this weekend, Friday, November 22nd. And I'm going to be there this weekend along with Cameron Matheson and Danica McKellar, Trevor Donovan. And then, but every weekend after until the very end of December, it runs. And all of the talent like Mario and Courtney Lopez will be there, and I believe the Pennevegas and the cast of A Little Women's Christmas. So it's kind of like, I mean, it's an outdoor event. It's like being in the park in Christmas time, and you can do lots of things with your family. So there's food and drinks, but you can visit Santa and take pictures. The kids can write letters. We're going to do a little karaoke, we're calling it, little Christmas carol karaoke. We're going to be previewing our movies and doing Q&As, and then there's all kinds of fun little events that you can do that the arena has there. So if you're a hockey player or like some of, skating outdoors, there's outdoor ice skating, and they've got fun like other hockey games to do there. But it's just a great afternoon with your family, and all the info is at GreatAmericanFamilyChristmasFestival.com. It's a super long URL.
How fun is that? That is so great. And I know you said before this is something that you've been planning for a while too, to give back to the fans.
Yeah, we've been wanting to do an experience, something that's different than a con.
Sure.
Meaning there's, Comic-Cons and there's other Christmas cons out there where it's just a lot of long lines, and you do get to meet your favorite celebrities and take a picture with them. But we wanted something you could bring the whole family to, and it's all about you coming and just having fun together, and it's just a little bonus that we'll be there, and I'll serve you hot chocolate.
Sign me up. That sounds amazing. Is it true that you and Val are about to celebrate 30 years of marriage in a couple years?
In a couple years, I think we're at 28.
28?
We're at 28 right now.
You've been married a while when you're like kind of losing count, right?
Totally.
I know you've probably answered the question a million times about what your secret is, but what was your secret about like overcoming challenges together? How did you guys always work together?
Communication's the biggest one. I think these are like, answers that everyone kind of says, but it's really true, and it's trying to have honesty within the communication, but still be truthful in a loving way, because truth hurts sometimes. But your spouse really should be there to help refine you, meaning we're able to be open and honest with each other, and it might hurt, but we love each other so much that it's like to do it in a way that is supportive and building each other up. So, and then sometimes you just got to stick through it, and it just stinks for a season, but you're like, we can do this.
We can do this.
And that's what we've managed to do, but we have a lot of laughs, and we have a lot of love for each other, and we genuinely enjoy being around each other, so that helps a lot.
That does help a lot. I think in your movie with Cameron, his character says that like your character was waiting for the day when God brings somebody into your life.
Yeah.
When God brought Val into your life, did you know from day one that this was your person?
I didn't know from day one.
No.
I just thought he was really cute, and I really liked him, and I liked his little like Russian accent when I was 18. But I was 18,
right.
so I wasn't thinking of marriage.
Sure.
And he was kind of really the first guy I ever dated, so
Okay.
it wasn't quite on my mind right at the start.
Sure.
But then, yeah, we kept talking, and it just went from like 0 to 100.
This is real fast. Snowballed
Yeah.
from there. I love that. Like you said before, Natasha isn't living close by. Is that tough for you?
Well, she's kind of half and half.
Okay.
She isn't in Dallas anymore.
Okay.
So that's good. So we see her, and it's great.
Yeah.
But I sound like I'm stammering. Natasha's a very independent person in the best of ways. So wherever she's happiest makes me happy.
Yeah.
So if that means she's next door, awesome. If she's states away, that's okay
Right.
too. You
Yeah,
know what
you're
I mean?
always connected.
Just exactly,
Yeah,
always connected.
Definitely. I think you said in an interview or maybe on your podcast that as you get older, your priorities shift. What would you say has shifted for you the most in the past few years?
Time with my family, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a workhorse. Like, I love my work.
Yeah.
I love what I do, and I do travel a lot. But the pandemic really shifted a lot of that
Sure,
for
yeah.
our family. And once we were at home together for so long, I was like, oh, I'm missing out on more than I realize. And my family's so important to me. And I say it, and I mean it, and yet over the years, I'm like, well, I'm not really showing it though because I'm gone a lot. So that's really shifted and changed, and it truly is a priority.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would you say if you could go back to like day one of parenting, that would change for you?
Probably,
Yeah.
and also because of maturity.
Yeah,
I was a young
you were
mom.
young.
I had 3 kids by 25.
Yeah.
So still learning and growing, and it was still very me focused and selfish in
Right,
that
of
way.
course,
And
yeah.
I think that's one of the benefits of being an older parent. And old, I just mean like late 20s
Sure,
or
yeah,
have
yeah.
30s or something, that you have a little bit more wisdom and maturity in that way. And I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more and have been a little bit more focused on being present.
Right.
You
But
know?
like you said, you're so young. At 25, you're totally different than you are at
Exactly.
35. So
Yeah.
I can't. I imagine that. You know, you said, talking about Full House and Bob Saget. I love what you said that. Every time you walk out of a room, you always tell somebody that you love them. I love that so much, and I think that's so wonderful. Is there any other life lessons that you take with him? And do you ever put a little bit of him into any of your Christmas movies?
Oh, goodness. I haven't put Bob into any of my Christmas movies, I don't think. What's another? I think the other life lesson is just to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're seeing that even with Dave Coulier right now with his cancer diagnosis. He's laughing his way through it, and we're all there laughing along, like with him in support.
Yeah. How is his spirits? I know you sent a message on Instagram. I'm sure you've talked to him personally too, and like things like that. But how is like you said, he's laughing through it. His spirits are good, and
they really are.
Yeah.
And he has such a great positive outlook. So we're there supporting. But that's, everyone handles it differently, and Dave is a person where laughter is like the best medicine.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we're doing that along with him, and I'm glad because I love to laugh. If Full House taught me anything, especially between Bob and Dave, it's that laughter is great medicine.
Yeah, I mean the Full House family has been through so much together, good times, bad times. How have you all remained a unit, and how do you get through those hard times together?
I mean, that's what family does,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
You just you stick together, but we are a family, so we just. I don't know. I mean, it's just it
just
is.
comes
So
natural.
it does.
Yeah.
So we've got the text chain. We call. We get together when we're in town, and when there's some special event for someone in someone's life, we just all show up and support each other.
That's the most important thing, to show up. So when people watch these Christmas movies, what are you hoping they feel after it?
Well, I've heard that you need tissues for A Christmas Less Traveled.
Yes, you do.
I don't want you to feel sad, but I just want you to be entertained. I just want you to feel good and enjoy them, and I hope it's 90 minutes out of your life that you just don't have to think about all the pressures in the world, or even the next thing that you might have to cook for company coming over, but you can just like sit and relax and let it entertain you.
Kick your feet up and relax. Candace, it's always so good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by, and I wish you and your family a beautiful, beautiful Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Too.